Okay, so we need to go over yesterday's homework. This was worksheet B, so go ahead and make sure you have submitted your homework online. I will be checking this. This was worksheet B from yesterday. You had 5 questions on worksheet B. The first question says, well, Grace found her report card from her 8th grade math class and wanted to compare it to her current grade. Use the information below to compare her progress each year. Grace has the following grades in her current 9th grade classes. Find the data values below. So it gives you a data set. There's 9 grades here. You have to find the average, the median, the mode, the minimum, the maximum, the range, the Q1, the Q3, and the IQR. Most of that can be done for you on Desmos. After you did that, you're supposed to take the 5-number summary. The minimum was 72, so put a dot over 72. The maximum was 95, so put a dot over 95. And then Q1 was 76.5, so in between 76 and 77. The median was 85, that's here. And then Q3 was 90, so make your box around that. Extend the lines here and label everything for your box plot. Here is the histogram. It's kind of a boring histogram because you had 9 grades, 3 categories, and 3 grades in each of those ranges. So your bars are touching and they're all the same height. And then finally, you had to create a dot plot for Grace's grade. And this is how you do it. Kind of like a number line, just put dots above the number line. And then question 5, are Grace's current grades categorical or quantitative? It's going to be quantitative because it all deals with numbers which can be measured. Okay, so make sure you have submitted this homework. Now we're going to talk about, I just want to reiterate, if you have not finished the recovery, remember I made an announcement. So if you failed Unit 5 or Unit 6 tests and you want to get a 70 on those tests, you need to do this. You need to do this, and you need to do the worksheets that are on the back desk. And these assignments are in the Algebra SHSE course. So that's going to be here. We're looking at Unit 6, Unit 6, Unit 5. You have to complete all the quizzes and pass all the quizzes for each of these sections, and you have to take the notes that go along with them. If you want a 70 on Unit 5 or Unit 6 test, if you failed, remember that's due by next Friday, March the 15th. I'm not accepting anything past March 15th, so just make sure you get that done. Okay, so now let's make sure everyone has the notes. We're gonna kind of step backwards for a minute and like go over some of the vocabulary terms that maybe we assumed, that you know this, but it's been a while. So I just want to make sure we know what all of this information means. Let's have a good base understanding for these basic statistic vocabulary terms. So the mean, we kind of talked about this yesterday in the warm-up. The mean is the average value of the numbers in the set. How to find the mean, you add up all the numbers, and then you divide the answer by the total number of values in the set. The median is the middle number. How to find the median. Okay. So you're going to put the numbers in numerical order. Cover up one number at each end until you get to the middle. If there are 2 numbers in the middle, average them. Find the mean. The mode. This is the number that occurs most often in a set of numbers. How to find the mode, put the numbers in numerical order, find the number that occurs the most, and you have some special cases. You have the case where there's no mode. That just means all numbers occur the same amount of times. Or you could also have more than one mode. Multiple numbers occur multiple times. That happens. So let's look at an example. It says Fiona has the following test scores in her math class. Find the mean, median, and mode of her test scores. So to find the mean, you're just going to add up all your numbers. So we've got 72 plus 95 plus 90 plus 77 plus 85 plus 90 plus 88 plus 76. You add those up, I got 673, and I'm just going to divide that by 8. And your average is 84.125. The median is the middle. So you have to put these numbers in numerical order. So we're going to start with 72. Then we've got 76. Then 77. Then 85. Then 88. Then 90. 90. And 95. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, the middle is 85 and 88. So we have to take the average of those numbers. So we're going to take 85 plus 88 and divide by 2, and you get 86.5. Okay, the mode is the number that occurs the most. 90 occurs more than anything else, so our mode is 90. Okay. The maximum and the minimum. The maximum is the largest number in a set of numbers. How to find the maximum, you put your numbers in numerical order. The last number should be the largest. For the minimum, this is the smallest number in a set of numbers. How to find the minimum, put the numbers in numerical order. The first number should be the smallest. So again, your first number is your minimum. Your last number is your maximum when you put them in numerical order. The range is the difference between the minimum and the maximum number in a set. Okay, so for this one, how to find the range, you just take the max minus the min. That's it. Example, Fiona has the following test scores in her math class. Let's find the max, the min, the range for Fiona's test scores. So again, we're going to list them in order: 72, 76, 77, 85, 88, 90, 90, 95. The maximum is your last number, so that would be 95. The minimum is your first number, which is 72. The range is 95 minus 72. When you subtract those, you should get 23. Okay, so that is the first page. Now we're going to flip the page over. We're going to talk about, okay, what are these Q1s and Q3s we've been looking at and plotting on box plots? What are they? This is going to explain what they are. Q1 is the lower quartile. Q3 is the upper quartile. So the median of the lower half of the data set, that is your lower quartile. That is Q1. You find the median of the lower half of the data set. So you have to do a few things. You have to put the numbers in numerical order. Divide the set into two halves, the lower half and the upper half. You find the median of the lower half. This value identifies the lower 25% of the data. So 75% of all data is greater than this value. All right, so let's put these in order. 72, 76, 77, 85, 88, 90, 90, 95. So if we were to cut the data in half, this is our halfway point. So to find the median of the lower half, you are going to take the middle of the lower half, 76 and 77. We're going to add those and then divide by 2. That is your Q1. So our Q1 is going to be 76.5. All right, the upper quartile is the median or the middle of the upper half of the data set. You put the numbers in numerical order, divide the set into 2 halves, the lower half and the upper half. Find the median of the upper half. This value identifies the upper 25% of the data. 75% of all data is less than this value. So let's find Q3 for Fiona's test scores. Again, you're going to list them in order. We've done this several times, so you should be good with that now. Okay, so we've listed them in order. Again, cut the data in half. This is the halfway point. This is the upper half. This is the lower half. So we're looking for the median of the lower half. Well, if we average those together, that's just 90. So Q3 is 90 and Q1 is 76.5. Hey, a few more things before you need to do your assignment. The IQR or interquartile range is the difference between the upper and the lower quartiles. How to find the IQR? You find Q1 and Q3 for a data set, and then you subtract Q1 from Q3. 50% of the data is contained within this range. That is the box. So when you look at a box and whisker plot, the box represents 25% of the data. Kind of like here, if this were, let's call this a box and whisker plot. Let's say that's the minimum, that's the maximum. Each little section, so from the minimum to Q1 is 25%, from Q1 to the median is Q2. So the minimum from here is 25%, Q1 to the median is 25%, the median to Q3 is 25%, and from Q3 to the max, that's also 25%. So if you had a question that was like, you know, the values from the minimum to Q1 represents what percentage of the data, that would be 25%. Or if you had to measure from the minimum to Q3, that represents 75% of the data, okay? So if we try to find the IQR for Fiona's test scores, you take the largest number. You take the largest number, which was 90. So sorry, not the largest number. You take Q3 minus Q1. Sorry, I didn't mean to say largest number. You take Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is 90 minus 76 is 76.5 was the Q1. So when you subtract those, the IQR is going to be 13.5. All right. If you want to find the IQR in your calculator, you go to data, you input your data values in the list, you hit second data, first variation stats, enter, and then you hit data L1, and then you highlight calc and hit enter. I think it's much easier to find this information on Desmos, and there's a nice video in Canvas from yesterday that shows you this. Okay, so those are the notes for today. And after you do the notes, you need to do two things for me. So you have your Delta Math assignment that you are responsible for. So I'll show you where that's at, show you what that looks like, show you what's expected for you to do. If you go to the planner, week 8 planner, go down to Friday, click on Unit 7 Delta Math assignment. That should bring up the Delta Math assignment. It's 20 points and it's only 12 questions. According to Delta Math, I think you should finish it. Let's see what it says. Maybe like 14 minutes is what it quoted, how long it should take you. This just means no one has started the assignment, but it should take you like, I don't know, 15 minutes tops. So after you do your Delta Math assignment, you're probably wondering, what in the world is this March Madness thing you keep seeing? So this is something that the county is doing to kind of promote or prepare you for the EOC through Canvas, through a competition. So if you have accepted the March Madness, if you've accepted that course in Canvas, it will show up for you. And let me show you what that's going to look like. It's going to look like this. Remember, you need to hit accept if you see that, accept the invitation for this. And then each week you're going to have a few questions to answer regarding, just kind of review for the EOC. So after you do your Delta Math, I want you to work on all 4 of these. They're only like 2 or 3 questions each. They shouldn't take you very long. What it is, there's going to be a competition between you and every other algebra student in the district. And the people who do the best, I think there's the top 20 or the top 30 people who do the best on this. They are getting a pizza party and they'll probably get to miss class. So think about that. There will be rewards for the winners. And the only thing, you have to do this at school. I think you will be disqualified if you work on this at home. You have to complete these little 3 question quizzes in class. So I'm giving you time today after your Delta Math, work on these. And remember, the Delta Math assignment is due Monday. We will be going over that Monday. Okay, that's all I've got for now. Go ahead and work on the Delta Math and work on the March Madness. If you don't have access to the March Madness, you accidentally declined the invitation, just send me an email, send me a message in Canvas. Hey, I need someone to re-enroll me in this course because I don't have access to that. Okay, and remember, if you do use a computer, you need to plug it back in. You need to plug it back in. I don't know how many times I have to go back there and make sure the computers are plugged in. Please plug in your computers. Please be courteous to the next class. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.